to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Tracey Brown Live to do yet another reading. This time the reading is going to be on Florida. I have been obsessed with Florida. I am not okay. I have no relationship with Florida, but psychically it has really compromised my psychic thought. And I'm going to check to see if Florida is going to be okay since the hurricanes. And are we looking at more damaging issues? Also, I'm going to check into whether or not all those condos in Daytona Beach area and the surrounding islands of Daytona Beach area, are they forever gone? Because you guys don't seem to realize, who do not live in Florida. I don't know if you've seen the YouTube videos of Florida, but I look at it aggressively. And most of those condos were owned, right? They were condos, they were owned. And it looks to me like whole buildings have to be demolished. And it also looks to me that they are so out of money, whoever is out of money, the condo, the city, like I'm not sure where the problem lies, but I've been watching video after video, and I've seen very few people or engineers coming out to assess the damage to possibly rebuild. No one has been out, so that kind of tells me whole strips of the coast, condominiums, has to be destroyed. I mean, pools fell in the ocean. There have been people that said that they've lived in these areas, Sanibel Island, Daytona Beach, and anything surrounding Daytona Beach, that they have never, they've been here 25 years, never seen anything what occurred with Nicole. Also, the beach has pushed back, right? It's kind of like the beach said, no, we want more land. So the condos were on the beach. So the condos, it seems like the beach was like, no, we want our land back. Like the ocean or the beach or one of them. There was one picture that I saw that I sent to my spiritual group, and the sand was a mile in. The sand, a mile in, surrounding people's homes in 2 or 3 blocks back. I mean, it is crazy what I'm seeing. And I'm obsessed. Every night I'm looking at something else that's a brand new video that somebody has taken. And the drone videos are the worst. Thank God for drone videos. Thank God for drone videos, because they show the magnitude. They show the roof damage. They can show the nooks and cranny of some of the homes. They'll show a home from one end that looks perfectly okay, and then you go around the side and it's gone. It is mortifying what I see. Just mortifying. Good health, everyone. Good health, and thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate all of you. I do want you to, if you need a reading from me, I do have openings tonight. So just text me at 213-458-7408. If you're watching the video, like the video. But also, I have to really say thank you to my subscribers. My subscribership is growing, and I love that. And I just want to thank everyone for loving me, if that could be a thing. Thank you, Misha. Thank you so much. Let me, support is free. Hit the like button. Support is free. Thank you. Let me look into Florida. I'm looking at Florida as a whole. The reason why I'm looking into Florida as a whole, because I'm thinking the residents that are already there may be impacted by all this devastation and may have some price to pay for the hurricanes. Oh, thank you, Sabrina. Oh, thank you. Please, God, talk to me. Talk to me about Florida. Please allow me to see anything and everything that you would like for me to see. Florida is your child. She's your love. She's your beloved. Please, Father God, authorize me to see and say what you would like for me to say and see. I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. In your name, I pray. Amen, amen, amen. Okay, let's take a look. The Tree of Life, fertility, creativity, destiny, magical blessing. This is a past position. So I feel like many people went to Florida to flourish, right? I feel like people go to Florida to gain something, to gain their life back. We know that retirees go down there to relax and luxuriate. This is a past position. So fertility, gone. Creativity, I think when they say creativity, it's the ability to be so relaxed that you can create anything in any environment, gone. Destiny, I feel like a lot of this was final destination, right? But now may be forced to go back to their original place where they came from, gone. And magical blessings, I honestly feel like, much like California, Florida is the land of make-believe, right? But whatever it is that you thought it could be, magical blessings, gone. Moonlight, travel, romance, potential. Whenever I get something in the moonlight or in the moon or a picture with these dark hue blues, it means something's going on in the dark. Most times it means what looks bad in the dark is totally different in the light, right? But it definitely is a sign of deception. So I do feel like that there's some deceptive qualities that's coming out through those that are responsible for rebuilding Florida. Let me say it that way, because I don't know what departments though. There's multiple departments. Those that are responsible for rebuilding the coast of Florida, right? I feel like it's going to be, well, we're going to rebuild the channel between Florida and Sanibel Island, right? So they're going to say, look at us, look what we're building over here. But that whole wall in Daytona Beach is not going to be fixed up. So it's kind of like, hey, look at this, what we're doing. And this is a big deal. And we got it done before 90 days. Look at us. Give us credit. But don't look at Daytona Beach. That's not what, we can't focus on that right now. We can't focus on that because we have to figure out, which they already know, that we're going to demolish all these buildings. They already know that. I think what is surprising to me, however, is that they have not cordoned off the beach. But of course, they can't cordon off the beach, because if they do, they are telling Daytona and the whole world, we are screwed. And they don't want people to look at that. So they literally have homes and condos teetering on the edge. And this is still the beginning of winter. So the tides aren't stopping. Like, the wall was there for a reason, right? With this cracked wall, the tides at night are still going to pummel Daytona Beach. So the walls are going to come down, whether Florida takes them down and wants to admit that they are over their heads, that nature won, or the tides are going to take it down, and then Florida's going to go, it's not our fault. It's not our fault. This is the tides that did this. Even though you don't see anybody working on the tides. Also, travel potential, many people have to go back home. Many people. There is no money after this. No money. There is a lot of grief and a lot of sadness and a lot of resurrection, but the resurrection is going to be in a form of going back home. That's to Texas, Missouri, wherever you all came from. You can't stay. I need to turn my food off. Hold on. And get some water. Oops. That was not good. That was not smart at all. All right. So, a lot of lost money. People took everything they had left, everything that they had saved up to allow themselves a great retirement. And now they have nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not only do they have nothing, they can't even have the insurance people on their side, because the insurance people aren't helping them. It's crazy. I do get a sense of victory and success, a sense of it. I don't know where. But I'm also getting conflict and defeat. So I feel like there's going to be some monies brought back to you, not in a way that there's a lot of things going on, because I feel like there could be monies brought back to you if you rebuild. But you know, Florida, you're not going to be able to rebuild. So if you don't rebuild, I feel like the insurance or FEMA is going to say, well, if you don't rebuild, then we can't give you what we're giving you. We're giving you to rebuild. But it's all going to be a trick. It's going to be like, well, we want to give you $360,000. I know that's not a lot, but I'm just going to say it. A low number just to give myself some peace. But we're only giving you the money to rebuild. And people are going to be like, there's nobody living on the island. So how am I going to rebuild? And they go, yeah, I know. Okay, so if you don't take the money and rebuild, and we need to see you hire this, hire that, like seriously, they're going to do shit like that. Then they're going to go, we can give you money, but not to the amount of the value. So there's going to be a gain of money only to go home because you can't stay. There's a woman that's going to be in the middle of all of this drama. Angela, I was going to say that, and thank you for pointing it out. It does feel like, here's what I'm getting. It does feel like you took advantage of the water, right? You took advantage of me. I'm the water, right? And when I look at the landscape of most of the places, they built out to sea. So technically, the end of the sea is way back here, right? This is the sand, right? But these condos built into the sea, right? And didn't leave much wiggle room for sand and water to have their proper alignment, right? And so when the condos built, they knew they were building too far out. That's the whole reason why they had the wall in the first place. They knew they were building over their proper alignment with nature. And I do feel like what you're saying, that the land is saying, the sea is saying, I want it back. No, Vic Gaines, what movies? Tell me. Well, interesting enough, only 18% of Floridians, think about it, it's a big piece of land. Only 18% of Floridians are insured. 18%. So most people are out there with absolutely no insurance. No insurance for their boats that they paid $50,000 to $100,000 for. No insurance for their trailer homes. No insurance for their $1 million homes on the water by the beach. Most people don't have insurance because the only one that knew something like this could happen was the insurance companies. And you know what they did to them? They said, if you're going to get insured, it's going to cost you anywhere between $8,000 and $10,000 a month. And that might be for flood insurance. That's not for other types of insurance. I mean, the insurance companies got you, which in turn put the insurance companies out of business. So they all left Florida. And the ones that stayed charge you $10,000 a month. How can you afford that? I'm just saying, a regular Joe that's relocating from Missouri cannot afford that. But you got all these Floridians out there pretending to be wealthy on these yachts, inviting people on these yachts, and you don't have insurance? This is Uranus and Taurus going after the corruption of Floridians and the fakeness. To me, it feels exactly like Hollywood. I agree, comma. The infrastructure engineer should have never built those condos slash houses that close to the water. Now, what bothers me is not the homes, because most people privately built those homes, right? What bothers me are the condos built on the water. Is it pretty? Yes. Did they ever account for a mega storm? By the way, none of us account for a mega storm. By the way, none of us. None of us can survive a mega storm. So that's that. But also, if you look at the amount of history and the amount of storms, do you know that this time around, because I've been watching Florida storms since I was a kid, right? I'm East Coast, so we're always watching Florida weather. No one boarded up their homes. How crazy is that? There wasn't a store boarded up. There wasn't a home boarded up. They really thought they were infallible and the storm just wasn't going to hit them or something. But I don't know. It was always announced as a very weird storm, an unusual activity storm. And to me, I just think everybody should have been prepared and everybody should have left. Over 100 people lost their lives to drowning. Did you hear that from Florida? Why is it a secret, Florida? What are you hiding, politicians? What's going on there? Like, we need to know. Where are these people? They're all not here. They drowned. Oh, I didn't know that, sweetie. What? Whew, that's life imitating art, remember? Yes, the condensation in the air, which is another thing, tears at the infrastructure of these buildings very easily. Wow. Yeah, I don't know if suing is going to be the way at this point, right? There's no money to hire a lawyer to sue. Let's just start there. I just think these people just have to go home. Ah, Angela, they think the federal government will bail them out. FEMA is already giving them trouble, right? FEMA says, well, we need ID. And they go, well, my ID was lost in a flood. And they're like, get your ID. So now we're 6 months out because you got to somehow figure out how to get ID to a home that doesn't belong to you anymore because it's in ruins, right? But no, what FEMA is going to do, right, is sit on the applications. FEMA is going to make the applications equally as difficult. If FEMA is going to give anybody money, it's going to be to the city, not to individual people so readily. They're going to give to the city because the city is going to have their act together with the paperwork and the lawyers and stuff like that, right? So the city is owed FEMA money, without a doubt. That's why they call it a bank. What do they call it? When they have to declare a state of emergency. Once you just declare a state of emergency, you have to get the approval by the federal government. Once you get the approval by the federal government, that's money. Money. Because it means we've got to build highways, right? Roads, electricity. That's overtime for all the electricians. Oh, this is a game. So do you think FEMA is not going to pay the state first over a homeowner that did not get insurance? Because FEMA is going to say, why didn't you have insurance? Because we could consider paying for this. We could. Or you're out of luck because it was your job to get insurance. It's like car insurance, right? When you have car insurance, right, and you have a car accident, let's say you have a multiple car accident, right? It's all the fuck shit with insurance. But let me teach you. Find something small. Give me something small. Oh, let me just open this. Why is this in a bag? Oh, I know what this is. This is to make the hole bigger. Where's the piece at? Oh, I got to see if this works. This is to make the hole bigger in a stone. I got to see if this actually works. Probably doesn't. Maybe it doesn't have batteries in it. I'll figure it out. But this is to make the hole bigger when you have a stone. I'll show you. Why am I showing you? Because I like to show you. So when you have a stone, right? Can you see that? That's a stone. And you want to make the hole bigger. This will make the hole bigger. Oh. All right. Let me show you the car accident first. I'll get this one. Oh, I like it. I like it. Come on, stay down. Why isn't it sticking? There it goes. And then you could make the hole bigger because sometimes these holes are really small. But this is the way to widen up the hole. Why am I showing you this? Do you really care? No. Oh, or you could break it. I'm totally embarrassed. All right. So let's say this is a multi-car accident, right? So this car stopped short. It's driving, everybody's driving along the road, right? This one stops, which makes this one slam, which makes this one slam, and so on and so forth. So then you call in your insurance and you go, I was in a car accident. And they're like, what happened? You go, it's not my fault. They're like, yeah, we understand that. We're not blaming you today. What happened? They'll say, well, this one slammed on its brakes and I slammed into this car. However, I got back damage because this one slammed into me. So the way the insurance handles it, right, to be fair, the insurance says if you hurt this car, you pay to fix this car. And if this car hurt your car, this car pays for your car, and so on and so forth, right? So you would think you're going to hit bank, right? By no injury, no fault, right? So you would think because you're in the middle, you got slammed twice, you're going to get banked. It's not the way the insurance works it. They go, no, you have responsibility because no matter what, you should have had all eyes on this car. So you're going to pay for this car's back damage. Your car will be fixed, but we're going to get the insurance from this car back damage. Unless it's an Uber, and then there's a whole nother game with Uber. Trust and believe. There's a whole nother bullshit game with Uber. Trust me, I know. Cheetah, I don't know what are you talking about, but telling someone to do that is harmful. So please delete it. My God, people. You shouldn't have that kind of language on Twitter. So freaking delete it. Right, Magic Mermaid. They're always manipulating the system to work to their advantage. We are early on in hurricane tornado season, may not wish to rebuild in Florida at the moment. Actually, we're done with hurricane season, technically. But hurricane season has decided to last way after November. We were done October 31st. Technically, November 1st, hurricane season is over. No, not this year. Maybe we still got 2 more weeks of it. All right. So there's going to be a woman at the forefront. I don't know who she is. Familiar energy to me means you have to go back home. There is change. There is change. But it still means you have to go back home. I get a King of Swords. Somebody, man, has to not or will not participate or has to leave, right? And that very well could be DeSantis, right? He's only got 2 years. And wait, we're 2022, 23, 24. No, he does not have 2 years. He only has a few months before he announces he's going to participate in the presidential election. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure he can go back to be governor. I think he might have to pull himself out completely. I don't know politics very well, but if he has to pull himself out completely, then maybe a woman is going to take over. Is that possible? Does anybody know Florida politics or politics in general? I know if you're a senator, you don't lose your seat. But if you're a governor, do you lose your seat? By the way, the campaigning is going to be heavy. So you can't campaign for governor. I would think you couldn't, especially in a crisis that his state will be in, and think that you can take care of your state. I don't know. Maybe I don't know politics enough. I can't imagine that your state is in a financial, horrific, horrifying crisis, and you, DeSantis, is going to apply for presidency, but that takes all your time. I don't know how you're going to apply for presidency and get all the FEMA complaints and state complaints about infrastructure. How? So I think a woman is going to replace all of that. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. So brown sugar 305 says in Florida, you have to resign to win, to run. No, sorry. You have to resign to run. So this is probably DeSantis because he's in what's called the past position. I don't know if you guys can see it that well. I should have this really tilted a little bit. This is called the past position. I get a woman that's going to get intimately involved. So maybe he is going to be forced to step down and maybe a woman will take over, right? But it's not going to make anything any better. This woman is not helping the situation. She's just a replacement, right? Then I get the 3 of Cups, right? So there's going to be these pockets of, FEMA and the insurance and it's going to be these pockets of lies, right? The media is going to be like, we got all of Sanibel Channel roadway built. Yay. But Sanibel will be a destitute island, but they won't say that, right? They'll only be announcing good things, not the horrible things, which is why it's going to be better to watch YouTube because at least the YouTubers will be very honest. It's a lose-lose. It's a lose-lose. You know why it's a lose-lose? Most of those homes have mold right now. Most of those homes have to start from the gutter. They've got to tear those homes down. Do you know how expensive that is? Do you know how expensive it is to tear a home down, to then supposedly rebuild a home? And you think insurance is going to cover all of that? They won't. They won't. Because you don't have insurance. And there's a difference between flood insurance that you should have had and insurance caused by the air of the hurricane. And then they're going to take their time figuring out what came first. Did the flood damage your home or did the hurricane damage your home? Or was your home already damaged? And that's what they're going to start saying on the applications. We determined that this, based upon the roll bar of this and that and the deterioration of this and that your home was already damaged. We will not be covering this. Right, Magic Mermaid. Well, but that might be part of a bigger plan, right? There's always a big plan. So I'm wondering if, I'm always spiritual. So guys, I just have to stay in the spiritual realm, right? I'm wondering if God is like, man, these people are never going to change. Never. And as a group that's conformed to not changing on a small state, right? I'm going to send them all home. I'm going to send them back to where they came from. And I think Florida is going to wind up belonging to the youth, which is going to have a lot more open mind. And I don't know why I feel like this is happening for the 2024 election. Pre-existing damage. Thank you for the proper terminology, soul sister. Right. That's what they're going to say there. Are you fucking kidding me? The second in command is a woman under DeSantis? Well, there you go. I did not know that. Soul sister's like, DeSantis is going to leave Florida first thing smoking. Why do you think he's going to leave Florida first thing smoking? Because he is wholly, solely responsible for Florida, and they will despise him. So if he runs for presidency, then none of this is his fault. It's not my fault. Not my fault. I'm running for the presidency. It sounds so Trumpish, right? But you will hear about it. The world card tells me this is constant world news throughout the next 2 years and might be a part of the political climate. The fact that Florida could not rebuild. The Prince of Swords is rebellion. That's what I see it as. The Prince of Swords is some form of rebellion, some form of protesting, some form of how dare you not take care of us type of feeling that, they could protest, offices that has something to do with, taking care of rebuilding, right? Taking care of the community. But they're not going to take care of the individual community. Florida's going to care about Florida. And whatever money is left over that's beyond Sanibel Island, that's beyond Daytona Beach and the infrastructure, they'll use it in Miami. Whatever infrastructure money's left over, they're just going to fix infrastructure in Florida and be within their rights. Because they do not have to share that money with local people. There's a sacrifice coming, right? That's going to bring calm, peace, and the sun back. So, I think, let me tell you what I think. I think Florida is no longer going to be a red state. Absolutely not. I think it's not going to be a red state because they're going to see how DeSantis loves them not. I think it's not going to be a red state because all the old people can't stay there. They got to go home to Massachusetts, to New York City, right? I think it's not going to be a red state because it won't be this influx of like-minded, hateful people convening on golf courts and trailer homes. The amount of trailer homes. And these people are acting like they were rich. And there were parts in Ian where they literally took the land, built it out into the water, right? This is the water, right? They took infrastructure and built it out into the water, right? Way out here. And then put trailer communities. You literally said to those people, we're going to put you in the line of fire. You're 55 and over, 65 and over anyway. Who cares if you don't survive? You're not going to survive much anyway. So if anything happens, put all the old people on the water. That's what you think of that's what they thought of you, Florida. Why would anybody build out and then put trailer homes? What does gerrymander mean? I don't know what that means. Come live in a raft. Aw, you look amazing, girl. You look beautiful. I wanted to say that, but then I thought it's weird. Oh my God. The red draw districts to make it favor Republicans, whoever is in power. Got it. Hopefully it would turn purple now that it's ruby red. No, it's going to turn blue. There's not going to be an in-between. People don't understand in-between. It's going to turn blue. And it's going to turn blue because what's going to be left are younger people that is going to watch all the old people be forced out of their land. And it's going to hurt the young people to watch. It's going to hurt them, right? Because younger people have compassion. They don't care if they're red or blue. They're going to see that these old people are being devastated with nothing. I'm not putting that up, Magic Mermaid. They offered Lawton Childs. What is that? Our last Democratic governor. They offered, I don't know what that means though, brown sugar. What does that mean? Speak slowly, slow. It's time. Florida has been red for 30 years? 30 years? I'm over Florida. I'm over you. I'm just over you. Oh, they're going to be so sneaky. They're going to lie to people and tell people there's money. They're going to be like, oh, there's money. But we lying, but there's money. And don't you worry. We're going to give you back what you need. They're going to lie to people right up until the elections. Y'all better not be fooled, old people. There's going to be some legal cases because they're not going to get their money. These people are going to get defensive. They're going to see that they're lying to them. They're going to start rah, rah, rah and screaming and yelling, but they're going to be old, so we can't have them have heart attacks and shit. But they'll be out there in their golf carts. Yes, they will. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. There's no money. There's no money, and the government is not going to help them in Florida. The government will not help you. Y'all can rah, rah, rah all you want. All you're going to do is get lawyers rich because the government is not going to go against Florida because the government knows there's no money. They'll listen to your cases, but they're not going to give you nothing. This is going to be a hard lesson for Floridians. Just go home. Just go back to where you came from. There's no money, sweeties. There's no money. As I'm checking the cards, where's the money at? There's money, but it's not for you. There's money for the state. It's going to be so confusing. This is a past position. You all are going to lose your home. There's no money here. Stay strong if you want. There's definitely going to be a movie made out of this, but there is absolutely no money. No money. No money. No money. There's just no money. There's a lot of tears. A lot of tears. This means not enough money. Y'all going to try and take somebody to court because there's no money unless y'all take somebody to court as a group. But even that's going to be stupid because there's no money. You're not going to accomplish anything. You people are going to finally feel what it feels like to be a minority. The rich will be poor. I keep saying that, right? Y'all keep hearing me say that. Shit. Where's my cards? Oh, no, I do have to get up. I'm so pissed at myself. All right. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, I'm going to try. Oh, I did put my earpiece in. I'm going to try something. I tried it this morning and it didn't work. So let's try it one more time. Hold on. It didn't work this morning. I was so mad at myself. Mm-hmm. I'm just tired of watching you guys watch me walk away. Okay, hold on, guys. I gotta remove that comment. Okay, gotta remove that comment. And I'm still here. Don't leave me. And music. Okay. I tried something new. It's like a commercial break. All right. Final outcome. I hope you guys can hear me because when I did it this morning, nobody could hear me. Final outcome. Yeah, I saw it. Magic Mermaid. Thank you, sweetie. The new money sinkhole. That's funny. Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you. Watch for all my predicted hits. Yes. The first shall be last. The last shall be first. Yes. Oh, good. You can hear me. I hear you. Okay, good. Let's get the final outcome. Thank you for letting me do this video. I also want to remind you all that if you're watching right now, please like. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Also, Tracy After Dark is still scheduled for 9. Oh, wait. I said 9 p.m. Oh, yes. 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm an hour ahead of you guys, so it's just really mind-boggling that I'm living this life. I can't keep up with the time because it escapes me all the time. 8 p.m. Eastern. That's all I'm going to say. 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay, come through with the elevator music. Don't you love elevator music, though? I'm a former ballerina from a child, right? So opera and elevator music, those are my jams. All right, final outcome. Upside. Oh, this is exhausting. When you are always right and it just shows up like, girl, you listened to us because you already know. Look at this upside down fool. Upside down fool. Using humor to wound rather than liberate. Denial of your emotional truth. What the? What the? They're going to laugh at you and not feel your emotions and losing your homes, your everythings, everything, your identities are even lost. 100 people died. How did they bury those 100 people? Did they care? Yeah, this is not going to be good. I will keep you alerted because this will not be good. This is exhausting. Watching this Ian and Nicole dance across Florida, it's exhausting. Shadow fool, or it could say shadow clown, manifests as cruel personal mockery or cruel personal betrayal. They will betray you. Florida, I am mortified. I am mortified for you. But one of the cards that I pulled up was the Ten of Swords, right? And we talked about this in class just recently. When the Ten of Swords shows up, it says you should have known better. How did you not believe that not getting insurance was never going to hurt you? You all should have known. And that's what they're going to throw back at you. That's what's going to be so funny. They're going to be like, not our fault. You were supposed to get insurance. So if you don't have insurance, you think the feds are going to help you first? No. You have to go to the back of the line because they're going to help the insured first. I know that sounds crazy, but isn't that insurance way? They're going to help the insured first. And all that money is going to get used up. So you at the back of the line with the trailer and a $50,000 boat, go home. Because they're going to be laughing. Not our fault. They got insurance. So I don't know what you want us to do. We will help you fill out this page-long application and get in the back of the line. You have insurance? Come, we'll talk to you. Okay, so you have this much to cover. Good. You have this much to cover. Great. And we'll finish out the balance. They're going to help the wealthy first. Not the poor 65, 70-year-olds. The wealthy. Wow. Yeah, I just said that, Celista. The insured will be the wealthy ones. Yep. My teeth look lopsided there. Yep. The wealthy ones. Right? Come on, Spirit, with the full card, right? Misha? Damn. All right, guys, I did everything I could. I'm trying to help here, and I think I'm helping by way of spilling the truth. Guys, be realistic with your grandparents. They're at a loss. I promise you, tell them to go home. Tell them to go home. Go home to Utah, Massachusetts, New York City, Alabama. Tell them to go home. They no longer can convene in one state and play the racist card. Because that was the real secret. Oh. All right, guys, I'm clapping for myself. I'm like, good job, Tracey. Good job. Good job, Spirit. Good job. I really felt the need to clap. I don't know. Okay, goodbye. I don't know why. It's so weird. Oh, my God.
Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey